Hi there, welcome to Lorena's Labyrinth today. Newbies, returning visitors, whoever you are, thanks for joining me. I hope you will enjoy today. Please let me know, what do you think of these images here? This is obviously one of my AI creations. If you're not aware, I like to create a little bit of art every now and again. And I actually really like this image. It's very pretty, and I actually really like the background video that we've created. But I'm interested in your thoughts, of course, as usual. Now, while I speak about that, once again, I invite you to put up your comments, your thoughts, your beliefs, your understandings. They're all welcome on this channel. Now, we are obviously talking about the colour rainbow today. This is one of my favourite colours. Now, I could understand if people sort of heard the word rainbow these days and thought about rainbow flags and thought about people's gender or sexuality or how they personally identify. But I want to make the point that when we talk about the colour rainbow, it is actually completely and utterly related to anything like that. The rainbow is, as a colour, is steeped in the spiritual concepts of, I'll go into it a little bit more in a moment, because I actually want to make the point that the adoption of the rainbow colours for a political purpose, I kind of perceive to be a cultural appropriation, and it misleads people around the magic, shall we say, of the rainbow, which I'm hoping that through this video I'll be able to reawaken people's love and passion to the rainbow if they have forgotten what the rainbow symbolises, which is, oh my God, just magic, okay? Just absolutely magical. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a very powerful and regenerative energy when we have this as a colour, and this is because it combines the powers and the properties of all the other colours in the colour spectrum. To put this into perspective, if you have watched one of my introductory videos where I talk about colour, I refer to the Sanskrit and the 7 horses, which are referred to, and we're talking about, obviously, information and knowledge or spiritual wisdom that goes back thousands and thousands of years. And when they refer to the 7 horses, they're talking about the 7 colour rays which activate the chakras inside of our auric body, okay? And not only that, it also encompasses the white, which is a colour of purification, if you remember from the other videos. So moving on to that, what does that specifically mean for us that are on our spiritual journey and trying to raise our vibration and develop our divine connection? Because this is what the colour rainbow is going to help us with. So if you haven't seen the other videos, then this will be new information to you. If you have seen them, this is just a reminder that basically when we talk about the chakras, we're talking about spinning wheels of energy within the body. And people will have heard the saying, the body is a machine. Okay, well, that's true. The body is a machine as far as each of these wheels has got a specific function. They are a cog in the whole machination and process. So for the spirit, body, etc., to function well, each one of these cogs or wheels needs to be rotating and spinning at a perfect rate. And this is, we could liken it, when we talk about the body being machine, we could liken it to, if we've got a car, we've got to do maintenance on it. We've got to check the oil every now and again. We might need to get the wheels on the car actually rotated and rebalanced, all of this kind of thing. We need to fuel it, all sorts of stuff that we do to keep the physical vehicle running. Well, the same goes with the body. We have to actually take care of it and look after the physical aspects. But when we're talking about the metaphysical and the energetic, we're talking about drawing upon the colours of the rainbow and feeding each one of the cogs in the wheel, and also giving it energy to maintain the correct vibration so that each one of the other chakras continues to function well. Because as you can see with any cog in the wheel, if one of those cogs goes out or doesn't function properly, it throws the whole system out. And this is why when I work with people, I encourage them to work with all the chakras and not just one, because I think when you work with all of them, you're looking after the machine, and that's the only way to make it function properly. So, attributes of the rainbow is that when we draw upon these colours, we're able to feel lighter, we feel happier within ourselves, we feel more alive, and we feel more cheerful and brighter, not just about ourselves, about life, regardless of the situations that we find ourselves in. And this gives us a greater joy, if you like. I mean, when I have stepped away from the angelic connection, shall we say, or rainbow work, that is when I found myself bogged down a little bit. But we can easily balance that out by bringing back or treating ourselves to the rainbow colours. We'll go into it more. And this is because of the links and associations of the rainbow with what we call the nature and nature kingdom, and we might call fairy folk mystical realms. It helps us to develop an appreciation, firstly, of the earthly environment, the plants, the trees, and the other attributes of the earth, shall we say. But more specifically, for those people, I guess the Irish folk that are still in touch with their heritage will understand that to connect with the fairy or the mystical realms, we draw upon the properties of the rainbow. It's about what they call the rainbow bridge, but we'll talk about that in a moment. In regard to fairies, what do you think of my image that I've put up here? Of course, I love anything to do with fairies, and I want to make the point that actually, in my experience, fairies don't have wings either, but they're nice images. I should have actually been a bit clear on that slide when I say, drawing upon my clairvoyance, if I've managed to see a fairy, it's not like Tinkerbell, shall we say. And my understanding is because they're all beings of light at the end of the day, whether they are angels or whether they are fairies, the bottom line is they manifest in ways that we're comfortable with. And so for me, initially, I didn't see white feathery wings on angels, but in the end, it was like, if you're the angelic kingdom, show me your feathers, right? I'm only going to be happy if I can see your feathers. And then the same thing happened kind of with their little folk. Their auras are much smaller than the angels, okay, as far as celestial beings go. The angels have got very tall ones usually, whereas the elementals have much smaller type auras. So that was just a bit of clarity there. And they will present with different types of wings because I have asked that they identify themselves differently for me so that I can tell them apart if I can't discern with their auras, which I can now, but this was a long time ago. So anyway, getting back to what we're looking at here with the rainbow, it is associated with the angels as well as the fairy kingdom, with this chakra bridge, shall we say. You can have healing. You can invite the angels to participate in a healing simply through invocation. I actually don't think I've ever done it with fairies, but I'm sure that somebody out there is going to tell us of their experiences. I do recall, no offense to anybody out here, I do recall many years ago an Aboriginal elder offered to do a healing on me, and when he was doing the healing on me, I didn't see fairies. I saw other elementals. But once again, I'm interested to hear other people's experiences. But yeah, back to it. The rainbow colour is associated with fairies and angels because to connect with them, we have to create what is called a rainbow bridge. So, if you're interested in connecting to the elementals or the nature spirits, it's actually best to try to connect with them in a garden type situation. And so, what you would do is go to the park or somewhere where there's an open garden or ground or whatever, and allow yourself to be drawn to a tree. Preferably, it's not, if you can't do it, that's fine. Just pull up a chair, be comfortable. You need to be comfortable, right? So, sit or stand next to the tree is the best way. Rest your back up against the tree, as in this image here, because then you become one with the force of the tree, right? If you can't do that, pop your hand against the tree, palm against the tree, lean against it with one hand, or hug the tree, okay? Now allow the energy of the tree to pour into your body and to awaken your own sense of divinity and your connection to the earth and to be one with nature. Then once you feel that you've done that and you've achieved that goal, then take your time to walk around the path the park rather, to smell flowers and just enjoy the sounds of nature. You'll always hear birds at least, if not the insects flying around. And the more you do these activities, the more aware you become. The hand against the tree is another good activity for grounding if you feel that you're a bit off with the fairies. So as you walk around the park, breathe as you breathe the energy of the park into your heart and your entire being, and allow yourself to smile. As you walk or sit, breathe in the colours of the rainbow and allow it to strengthen your connection to the earth. When you've finished, give thanks to the elementals and the fairy kingdom for providing you with the earth and the beauty of the planet, if you like, and send love and gratitude to them for all that they are part of constructing for this wonder of nature. And make the affirmation, divine intelligence, please assist me to construct, support, and strengthen my connection to the fairy realm and awaken my vitality, aliveness, and divinity. Thanks be. Now, just because I'm finished with that now, before I finish this video off, I want to go back to that comment where I said, if you're off with the fairies, put your hand against a tree. That's a bit of a colloquial saying. What I mean is, if you become ungrounded and you're floating and you're not really present in your life, you're just off in your mind all the time, we have to reconnect to the earth, and we can do it just very easily by going out to the tree and taking a couple of minutes, just reconnect earth and ground. And when you are feeling ungrounded, simply because you're not practical. You might find yourself doing things and not being aware of why or what. Other people might perceive you as being absent-minded because you're just not present in the moment. And in fact, funny story with that, I think I learned the hard way years ago because I was doing a lot of energy work and I definitely was absent-minded. And what I had was not accidents per se. There wasn't bad stuff that happened, but it was silly things that would happen, like going to the freezer and opening up the freezer door and then getting into the fridge and forgetting that I'd opened the freezer door and not closed it, standing up and banging my head. Very simple things like that were like ouchie wowers, but not the end of the world. But basically they're like, wake up, get with a beat, baggy, you know. So anyway, guys, girls, ladies, and whoever, thanks very much for being part of the journey today. I hope I've managed to give you something of assistance that you can take forward in your life. In the meantime, I am going to, as usual, love you, leave you, take care. I will see you on the next video. Stay blessed. Be well, my friends. Bye-bye for now.